Good morning, dear students. We'll be continuing today with financial planning. In the last lecture, we saw exercise 4.1 of financial planning. Today, we will start with exercise 4.2 of financial planning. Before starting with the exercise, the video that is sent along with this video shows a trading chain. A trading chain is how a commodity or a product moves from the manufacturer to the customer, and at every stage the GST is evaluated and given to the government. The first person in the trading chain is manufacturer, then a wholesaler, then a retailer, and then comes the customer. Manufacturer is the place where the product is manufactured. Wholesaler is a person who buys the product in bulk. He will buy the product in maybe 100 pieces, 200 pieces, or 1000 pieces. So a wholesaler is a person who buys the product in bulk and then he passes on to the retailer. A retailer can be a shop next to your building or a kirana fellow whose shop is nearby to your house. He's called as a retailer. And the customer is the person who uses the product or consumes the product. So ultimately the person who uses up the product has to pay the overall GST. But GST is collected at every stage, part by part. So if you'll observe, when a manufacturer passes on the product to the wholesaler, in the example of watch, you must have seen that the manufacturer passes the product to the wholesaler in 250 rupees. Sorry, it was 200 rupees. A manufacturer passes the watch to wholesaler in price 200 and also collects a GST by 12%. He collects the GST by 12%. 12% of 200 is calculated in the video. 12% of 200 gives you 24 rupees. So the manufacturer takes 200 for the watch and plus 24 rupees from the wholesaler. So this 200 and this 24, 200 goes to the manufacturer, whereas 24 rupees goes to the government. Now once the wholesaler gets the watch in 200 rupees, so the wholesaler wants to make a profit. So he sells the watch at 250 to the retailer. So this additional 50 rupees is a profit for wholesaler. So when he sells the watch at 250 to the retailer, he has to collect GST also. So GST of 250. He will collect GST on 250, that is 12% of 250, which comes out to be 6. Let's check out whether it was 6. 12% of 250. So we get 30 rupees. So he collects a GST of 30 rupees from the retailer. So the wholesaler buys the watch for 250 and also takes a GST of 30 rupees from the retailer. Now this 30 rupees which he has taken from the retailer, he had already paid 24 while purchasing the watch. So this 24 is a kind of a credit which he has to take away from this 30 rupees. From this 30 rupees he will take 24 which he has already paid, and the remaining 6 rupees he will give to the government. So the amount which he takes back from the tax collected, it's a kind of a credit. So we call it as input tax credit. In this chain, if you will see, every time the person or the product moves from one person to the other, the tax is given while purchasing and the tax is given while selling. So this purchasing tax, the wholesaler purchased That time he paid a tax of 24 rupees. The wholesaler sold. That time he collected a tax of 30 rupees. So this purchasing tax, the tax that is collected while purchasing, this is called input tax, or it is also called as input tax credit. The word credit means the amount is returned back to the person. It comes back to the person. So purchasing tax is called input tax. It's also called as input tax credit. And while selling the article, when you do a sale of the article, the tax that is collected, it's called output tax. These things, write in your notebook margin and keep, children. Purchasing tax is called input tax, which is also called ITC. And while selling the commodity, the tax that is collected is called output tax. So when the wholesaler purchased the watch from manufacturer, he paid 24 rupees. And when the wholesaler sold the watch to the retailer, he collected 30 rupees. Now remember, GST is supposed to be paid only by that person who is using the product. So this wholesaler paid 24. So he is not supposed to pay 24. He is only paying 24 so that the transaction will run and the product will reach the customer. So this 24 rupees, he has to get it back. And he gets it back in the form of this 30 rupees. Once he gets this 30 rupees, he removes his 24 rupees and keeps it with him. And the remaining 6 rupees, he gives it to the government. Now this retailer, what he will do is, he got the watch in 250 rupees. He also wants a share of profit. So he will sell the watch in 300 to the customer. Now while selling the watch in 300 to the customer, he is supposed to take GST from him. And again GST, that is 12%. 12% of 300 will give you the answer 36. So he will collect 300 from the customer for the watch and 36 as GST from the customer. Now when he takes this 36 rupees, that is, he is selling the product. So this is output tax for the retailer. Now this 36, what he will do is, he will take away his 30 rupees that he had paid to the wholesaler. That was his credit, which is supposed to get it back. And after getting 30 back, the remaining 6 rupees he hands over it to the government. So this is how the transaction is done. And ultimately, if you will see, the person, that is a customer who is using the watch, who uses the watch, has paid a total GST of 36. And if you will observe, the government gets a GST of 24, 6 and 6. How much is total of 24, 6 and 6? If you will observe, 24 plus 6 plus 6, government gets 36 rupees total GST for the watch. So actually what happens in trading chain is, the wholesaler, the retailer, they are playing a game of passing the parcel. They are just passing the product. They are taking their benefit and they are passing the product from the wholesaler to retailer, retailer to customer. And as the stage occurs, they take in their profit. At the same time, they collect the GST. And how much GST they have paid, they minus it, and the remaining they give it to the government. Okay. So while buying the product, we call that tax as input tax. And while selling the product, we call it as output tax. So from this whole product chain, what you need to summarize or what you need to remember is, when you purchase a product, and that time the tax that you pay is called input tax. And when you sell the product, and the tax that you pay is called output tax. So for example, take an example. Suppose for example, say myself. Okay, say for myself, Mary teacher is having a product. Say for example, buys a product from someone. I buy a product. And this product, when I'm buying from someone, I has to pay GST according to the government rule. So if I buy the product, say for example in 3000, and I paid GST of say suppose 150 rupees for the product, and now my teacher is going to give away the product to someone else, say for example XYZ person, and this XYZ person, when the product has been given to this person, say for example it goes in 3500. So if I am not using that product, so I am not supposed to pay this GST. Whatever GST I have given while purchasing, I should get it back. So when this XYZ person takes the product from me, he is also bound to pay a GST. So say for example, he pays a GST of 300 rupees to me. He gives 300 to me. So what I will do is, since I did not use the product, this 150 which I had spent to get the product in my hand, I will withdraw it from this 300 rupees. So this 300, 150 will be ITC for me, input tax credit, and 300 will be the output tax. So 300 minus 150, that means 150 I'll put it in my pocket, and the remaining 150 will go to the government. The government has the right on the remaining 150. Is it clear? Now this XYZ person, if he is using up the product, that means this full 300 he is bound to pay. And if he is a part of the chain, he is passing on the product to someone else, then whatever 300 he has paid, he will collect it from the next person. Okay, so from this explanation, in short, you will remember one important point, that is when you purchase, that tax is called input tax, which is also called ITC, input tax credit. Remember children, credit means it's a kind of a amount which is with you, which is added. Debiting means deducted. Crediting means added. And sale, when you sell a product, the tax that is collected while selling a product is called output tax. Okay. Now GST payable, that means the money which is going to go to the government. GST payable will be output tax minus ITC. The money which is going to go to the government is output tax minus ITC. See the example over here children. See the example over here. When this wholesaler collected 30 rupees, he paid 24. That was his ITC. He collected 30 from the retailer. So is he supposed to give full 30 to the government? No. He is not supposed to give full 30 to the government. He has already paid 24. So what he will do? He will take away his 24 because he is not using the product. So 30 minus 24. Output tax minus ITC is the amount which should go to the government. This is the GST payable. This is what wholesaler is going to pay. So the GST payable for the wholesaler is output tax minus input tax credit. Again children, see the GST which is going to the government from whom? From the wholesaler. GST payable is output tax, that is 30, minus input tax, that is 24. So 6 rupees go to the government. And 24 is the tax which he paid while purchasing, and 30 is the tax that he paid while selling. So remember these two things children. When you purchase the product, the tax that you pay is input tax, which is also called input tax credit, because that amount you have, it will come back to you. And while selling the product, the GST or the tax that you pay is called output tax. So finally the GST which has to go to the government, how do we calculate that? Output tax minus ITC. Okay, now we'll start with exercise 4.2. Now in exercise 4.2, the first question says, Chetna store paid, keep the test books with you children, open the test book and keep it with you. Chetna store paid total GST of rupees 1,05,000 at the time of purchase. At the time of purchase. So this is tax paid during purchase. How much is the tax paid during purchase? Rupees 1,05,000. And teacher said while purchase, what is the tax called? While you purchase, what is the tax called? Input tax. That means this is ITC. This is ITC. Okay. Now afterwards it is said, collected GST of rupees 1,22,500 at the time of sale. So GST or tax paid during sale is given how much? It's given 1,22,500. And teacher said it is clearly written over here. Please write this in your notebook and keep and put it in a box, highlighted. These three things write in your notebook and keep, and highlight and keep. Okay. Tax paid during the sale is called what? Output tax. So that means this will be output tax. That is, output tax is 1,22,500 rupees. Okay, now the question says you have to find the GST payable. GST payable formula is GST payable formula is output tax minus input tax credit. So the output tax is 1,22,500 minus input tax is 1,05,000. So the total amount will be 22,000. So this is GST which will be going to the government. The GST payable means the amount which goes to the government. So GST payable is 22,000. Okay. Now let's see question number 2. Question number 2 is same like question number 1. Again they are giving you the purchasing GST and they are giving you the sale GST, and you have to tell out of those two who is ITC and you have to tell what is the GST payable. Okay. So let's write down question number 2. Now question number 2 says Nazma is a proprietor of a firm. Proprietor means a owner, a written owner. Okay, proprietor of a firm, register under GST. She has paid GST of rupees 12,500 on purchase. So let's write down purchase GST. Purchase GST, or you can write GST paid during purchase. Okay. Now purchase time GST is given how much? Rupees 12,500. Further the question says and collected rupees 14,750 on sale. On sale. That means this will be sale GST. Sale GST is given how much? Rupees 14,750. Now out of these two quantities you have to tell what is ITC. What is ITC? ITC is the input tax, and input tax is which tax? The tax that we collect during the purchase. Correct. So this figure which is given, this will be ITC, input tax credit. Okay. Sorry. So the question says what is the amount of ITC? You will write here ITC, which is also called input tax, is the tax paid during purchase. For namesake, we need to write a step over here. We know orally that this is ITC, but we have to give little explanation. So ITC is input tax, which is the tax paid during purchase, which according to the sum is given rupees 12,500. So we have recognized the ITC clearly. Now the second question says, what is the amount of GST payable? So the GST payable formula, or the GST payable formula which I told you to write, put it in a box and keep. GST payable formula will be, GST payable is output tax minus ITC. Output tax means the tax which is during the sale, correct, 14,750, minus input tax credit is the amount which is paid during the purchase, that is 12,500. So let's find out the answer for this. 14,750 minus 12,500, the answer will be 2,250 rupees. So the GST payable means the amount which goes to the government is rupees 2,250. Okay. Now let's go to the next sum, children. Now the next sum says, question number 3. We are having a small trading chain over here, a trading chain. Trading chain goes like this. First we have the Amir Enterprises, who's selling the products to Akbari Brothers. Akbari Brothers may be the retailers, and Akbari Brothers is giving the products to Mayank Food Corner. Mayank Food Corner. Now Mayank Food Corner, that means obviously the product should be related to the food. Let's see what are the products. Amir Enterprises purchased chocolate sauce bottles. Okay, the products are chocolate sauce bottles. So when Amir Enterprises are purchasing, from whom? We don't know from whom. It can be any manufacturing company, it can be any multinational company or anything. Okay, so Amir Enterprises is purchasing the chocolate sauce bottles and paid GST of rupees 3800. 3800. Now remember, children, now we have 3 people over here. So 3 people are buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. So when he is selling to him, for him it is a purchase quantity. और जब अकबरी ब्रदर्स मयंक फूड कॉर्नर को प्रोडक्ट सेल करता है तो मयंक के लिए वो परचेस होता है. ओके, सो नाउ वील हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल ऑन राइटिंग अबाउट आउटपुट टैक्स एंड इनपुट टैक्स. Now Amir Enterprises purchase chocolate sauce bottle. So the moment purchase comes, that means it should be input tax or output tax. Yes, it should be input tax, correct. So for Amir Enterprises, the input tax, which you also call it as input tax credit, the input tax is rupees 3,800. Okay, now he is selling these bottles to Akbari Brothers. He is selling these bottles to Akbari Brothers and collecting GST of 4,100. So when Amir Enterprises is selling it in 4,100, that means that is the output tax. Is 4,100. Okay, now when he is selling it to Akbari Brothers in 4,100, that means Akbari is purchasing in 4,100. यहाँ से sell करेगा तभी तो ये purchase करेगा. So if Amir is selling in 4,100, that means Akbari Brothers is purchasing in 4,100. So for Akbari Brothers, what will be input tax credit, or you can also call it as input tax. Okay, what will be input tax credit for Akbari Brothers? It will be rupees 4,100. Okay, now let's see what happens after that. Now Mayank Food Corner purchased the bottles from Akbari Brothers and paid GST of 4,500. Now the bottles are going to go to Mayank Food Corner. So ये है buyer और ये है seller. So Mayank Food Corner is purchasing. That means this fellow is selling. So he's selling. That means that tax will be how much? Output tax. And he's selling in how much? Rupees 4,500 का GST. Okay. Now after this they say find the amount of GST payable at every stage of trading and hence find payable CGST and SGST. Now you must be knowing very well what is CGST and SGST. In the last lecture I have explained you that whatever GST is collected always goes half to the central government, that is Delhi government. We are staying in Maharashtra and our center is Delhi government. It goes to the central government and the remaining half goes to state government. We are staying in Maharashtra, so the remaining half goes to Maharashtra government. Okay. Now there are some states in India which are union territories. So if you are in any union territory and there if you buy a product, so the half amount goes to the Delhi Sarkar, to the center, and the remaining amount should be going to the state. But वहाँ पर हम उसे union territory कहते हैं. So there it will be called as UTGST, Union Territory Goods and Service Tax. Okay, so there is not a major difference over here. If you are in a union territory, then half money goes to the central government and the remaining half goes to the UTGST. And if you are in a state, like for example Maharashtra, half goes to central government and half goes to state government. Okay, now input tax is rupees 3,800, output tax is 4,100. Input tax credit is 4,100, output tax is 4,500. Now let's start calculating the GST payable in every stage. Now for Amir Enterprises, GST payable. Okay, let's write in the next line GST payable. Let's keep the trading chain in vision over here. Okay. GST payable will be output tax minus input tax, or you can say ITC, that is 4,100 minus 3,800. That will be 300 rupees. So Amir Enterprises has to give 300 rupees to the government. Okay. So 300 rupees to the government. That means if GST is 300 rupees, that means SGST will be how much? 150 rupees, half of it. And CGST will be the remaining half, 150 rupees. Okay. Now let's go to Akbari Brothers. Now let's see for Akbari Brothers. Akbari Brothers ने भी sell और purchase किया है, purchase करके sell किया product, right? So let's see for Akbari Brothers. For Akbari Brothers, GST payable will be output tax minus input tax. That will be output tax is 4,500 minus input tax is 4,100. That will be 400 rupees. 400 rupees. That means GST which Akbari Brothers are paying is 400 rupees. Now from this 400 rupees, how much will go to the state government? 200 rupees. And how much will go to the central government? 200 rupees. Correct. Okay, so this is the trading chain in which we have the product moving from Amir Enterprise to Akbari Brothers and then going to Mayank Food Corner. Okay, now these are the CGSTs at each stage. Okay.